depth perception problem. This is something that the majority of us experience. And a depth perception problem is when we believe our goals to be further away than they actually are. And what they have found is if you believe your goals to be, we'll call it 5 years in the future, you'll develop patterns, habits, and beliefs to fulfill that goal in that time frame. And if you were to change that same goal to a 1.5-year goal, you'll develop a whole new set of beliefs, patterns, and habits to fulfill that goal in that time frame. I'll give you a really great example of this. At our very first event, this is 3 or 4 years ago, some of you who were there recall this, but Shane Chapin had a 2-year goal. A 2-year goal to leave his 9-to-5 and pursue storage full-time. And for those of us who know Shane, you know when he says he's going to do something, he's going to get it done. And which is why I'd be willing to bet if he said he was going to do it in 2 years, he would have. But it took a few people in the room to say, hold on, Shane, that's actually a 6-month goal. And Shane could have said, okay, it's a 6-month goal, we'll see, and carried on with what he was going to do, but he probably wouldn't have seen results. What he really had to do was adopt this new belief. Yeah, it's possible. I can, I will do it. It's done already. It's going to happen. He also had to have a strong enough why. He had to really want it. And this is a sidebar, but some of us, I don't know if it's anyone in this room, if you ever feel like you've been on this journey for too long to fulfilling the goals that you want to fulfill, and you feel like you're just not moving fast enough, one of the things you might want to reflect on is ask yourself, is the thing you're chasing really the thing you want? Maybe what you really want is how you think that will make you feel. Or maybe you just don't have a strong enough why. But Shane did. And he adopted this new belief that it was possible. And as a result, Shane fulfilled this goal in 4.5 months. So think about that. Shane saved himself over 1.5 years. And all he really did was he just changed his belief on what was possible. And as a result, he developed new patterns and habits to support that and fulfill it in that time frame. So I wonder how many of us have goals off in this distant future at this imaginary finish line that we've created, maybe because we're leaning into self-doubt or a lack of confidence. And so the goals that you do have, I would encourage you to ask yourself, how far away are they really? The next one is visualization. Now, I talked a little bit about this at the last retreat, so I'm not going to mention all of the same stuff, but this one is so important, we have to talk about it again, and I'll share some new stuff with you. Now, we know that with visualization, so when we incorporate this into our morning routine and we see the person we want to become every day, the energy, the confidence, the bliss we want to experience, how we show up for our family, the success in our business that we want to have, and what that looks like. When we see it every day, our brain sends a message to our neurons and says, go perform that action. Sorry, Josh, I am talking about Huberman. And our brain will actually put this into motion for us. So you'll kind of feel like this gravitational pull. You'll notice you start doing these things and becoming that person. Furthermore, your brain sends dopamine throughout your bloodstream, which is responsible for pursuit and gives you that extra nudge that you need. And through the course of visualization, you'll start becoming the person you want to become. This is even mentioned in Scripture. One of my favorite verses in Proverbs says, as a man thinketh, so is he. In other words, we will become what we think of ourselves. And our life right now is a real reflection of our thoughts and our beliefs. And through the act of thoughts and visualization, we can propel ourselves forward into the person we want to become.